next group, I'm going to try to say your name correctly. Tulehoidjad, Estonian dancers. They're shaking their head yes, I think I did okay. And they are from Portland, and we are so happy to have them here today. Thank you for coming, and I hope you all enjoy them.
The entire village would come and dance together. Children, adults, and grandparents. And here in Portland, or there in Portland, our Estonian community is like a small village so far away from Estonia. We would like to begin our program with two folkloric village dances. The first one is called rahvariideid. Watch our next folklore dance, Pärast, very carefully, because Estonian folk dance is not static. It's not something that's put into a museum and it stays that way forever. Estonian dance is constantly changing, constantly evolving. And so on the basis of this next Pärast folkloric dance, you will see the following dance is a newly choreographed dance. So this is the folkloric dance. now you are going to see the newly choreographed new palamis. And you will see many of the same steps. You'll hear many of the same music, but this is the newly choreographed palamis. And now let's go back about 90 years or so. In the 1920s and 1930s, social dances were all the rage at parties. So here is Garobushka, a popular social dance. So not a folk dance, but a social dance. dance raksia. This is a dance with a dilemma. Here you see Yak, he's coming out. And what is he going to do? He has a real problem because two women want to dance with him and catch his eye. What will he do? Made his decision. He is going to dance with both of them. Well, every year, April 29th is International Dance Day, which is a global celebration of dance. On that day, dance events are held all over the world. In Estonia, International Dance Day is celebrated this way. Each year, a different folkloric dance is chosen in the spring, and dance troops and lovers of dance practice this dance, and then they dance it on April 29th. At 6:55 p.m. on April 29th, everyone turns their radio channel onto a specific station, and the music for this dance starts to play. Families and friends can dance this in their homes. Dance troops dance this in parks or wherever. They make YouTube videos of their performance and they send it in, and there's a competition to see who has the most interesting performance. Well, this year's dance was saime. And today you're going to see our version of saime, this year's International Dance Day dance. Estonia has very many children's singing games. The most popular singing game is called hiatus, or Who is in the Garden. The dancers who are in the outside circle, they are rose bushes, and the dancers inside are bumblebees. When the garden gates are opened, the bumblebees can slide in and out. Yes, mother taught her daughter. She knew that the better her daughter danced at the village dances, the better her daughter could catch the eye of the eligible young bachelors, and so had a better chance of finding a husband. The men are also up for a challenge, and they want to show how wonderful dancers they are. Well, you're hearing accordion music, and everyone has seen an accordion, so you know what an accordion looks like and how it plays. But there's an instrument that you might not ever have seen before. This is called jauram. It's an Estonian folk instrument, and it is made of a tree branch with a piece of wire, some jingles and jangles put on it, and it is hit with a stick. This instrument was born out of necessity, because during village celebrations, they would have food and dance, folkloric dances and social dances, and then every village would have either someone who could play the violin, or a harmonica, or an Estonian string instrument, or play the drums, whatever. Well, he didn't have drums back then, but play any kind of an instrument, and people would dance a whole evening to it. However, some villages did not have a musician. Well, anyone could play the jauram, and so they would have long dance evenings to the melody and the tune of a jauram. So please listen to Janne's jauram solo. Along with folkloric dances, children's singing games, social dances, Estonia also has circle games, village circle games for adults and children to dance and to play. This one is called rahvatantsuansambel. or right and left, is a very well-known Estonian dance. There is Estonians who are in Australia who know this dance, have danced this. Dancers in Toronto, in Sweden, in Germany, in South America, they all know this dance. Oiki ja vasu. The dance Ganka Putumine is a work dance. It shows the steps during the weaving of the colorful costume skirts that the women are wearing. So you can see the actual weaving process, followed by the stitching of the fabric, followed by pulling and stretching the fabric at the end to make sure that it's well woven and that it is strong. Ganka Putumine. seeing a lot of Estonian folk dancing, and you can see that the costumes are similar, but yet they're very different from each other. The country of Estonia is much smaller than the state of Oregon, yet look at the different variety of costumes it has. The national costumes are the clothes of our ancestors, and we can divide the costumes into different regions in the country of Estonia, so you can see what the similarities are. The costumes of southern Estonia they have preserved the old features. The folk costumes of the entire country were originally similar to these. Erika is wearing a typical southern Estonian clothing worn by the hard-working farmers. The clothing was very practical. The blouses were long and tucked into the waist of the skirts. Ziva is wearing a Setu costume. Setumaa is in the southeast corner of Estonia, right on the border with Russia, and we can see some influence of Russian folk culture. Thank you. And let's go now to North Estonia. The peasants in the north were exposed to innovations in fashion. New ideas and modern materials reached Estonia by sea through Tallinn and Narva's ports. The most characteristic garment of the women's costumes in the north are the short blouses embroidered with floral patterns, which are worn on top of undershirts. Also, the floral embroidered headpieces of the married women. Now, these blouses and headpieces, these are not the practical blouses like in the south. Here they are very elaborate. The colors of the embroidery are different in each parish, but they're always floral. And the skirts in each parish have different colors, but the stripes are all vertical. And now let's go to West Estonia. Folk costumes in the West have several features in common with both of the South and the North. They have a long blouse, which is tucked in just like in the South. They have floral patterns on their headpieces, but yet it's different. There were geometric designs than in the North. And many costumes in the West have a shawl, which is worn around the shoulders. And now let's go to the islands. Trina is wearing the Pyhalepa costume from the island of Hiiumaa. On this island, you can see the influence of the North in that her skirt has vertical stripes. The blouses on this island are short, just like in the North, but they're not floral designs. Krista's costume is from the island of Kihnu. The skirts are vertical, just like in the North, and she has a short blouse, but it's not floral, and it's a totally different design than Trina's from Hiiumaa. Now, the costumes from the island of Kihnu are something very special. Those costumes belong to the UNESCO Intangible Heritage designation, which means that the women on the island, every day, they wear the folk costume skirt. They wear t-shirts and shawls or headscarves, whatever they want, but they will wear the wool skirts every day. No jeans, no shorts, no anything. And they say these skirts are made of wool. And what they say is that even when it's really hot out there, they say they still wear the wool costumes because it keeps the heat from getting close to the body. That's what they do. Esme and myself, we are wearing costumes from the island of Muhu. I am wearing the old style costume with a dark pleated skirt with horizontal stripes. Esme is wearing the modern Muhu costume with a bright yellow skirt. And this became popular in the late 1800s. And now time for men. Kalev is wearing a mulgi-huu or mulgi coat. Mulgimaa is a county in the south. The soil is very fertile which means that the farmers did very well and they were wealthy. Their incredible black woolen long coat was the most festive item of clothing. When a man wore it, everyone could see that he was wealthy and important. Now, all of the other men and boys are wearing folk costumes from North Estonia. John and Ron are wearing the new fashion, which spread to most of Estonia, and that was to dye both the vest and the pants blue. In the north, men were also able to buy materials in stores. Their wives started sewing vests in these new fancy store-bought materials. Eric and Corbin are wearing vests made from this imported fabric. Wow, they look stylish, but it's expensive. The wealthy men could have the entire vest made from store-bought fabric. But for the not-so-well-off families, they made only the front of the vest in the material they had bought. The back was made in homemade linen. This meant that the wearer always had to wear a coat over the vest in public to cover up the fact that the back was not made of store-bought material. Well, men, can you please turn around so that we can see the backs of your vests? We would like to know who could be seen in public without a coat on. Aha, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, very nice. Thank you, ma'am. And now our final dance. Our final dance, Kaheaastast, is another example of a folkloric dance which has evolved into a newly choreographed dance. The children will dance the folkloric Kaheaastast first. Adults are going to dance the newly choreographed Kaheaastast. And this was choreographed so that it could be danced when people are sitting in bleachers or in auditoriums. So please watch the newly choreographed Kaheaastast. Now, since you have been together with us in Estonia for quite a long time, we would like to invite you to dance kaheaastast with us, to get the newly choreographed one that the adults were dancing. So, can everyone please stand up right where you are? You can dance this right where you are. Now, since folk dancing is for folks, and you are all folks, this is for all of us. Come on, I see some people are standing, but I don't see everyone. We need everyone for this. We will teach you to. You can do this. So the first thing you do, you put your hands on your hips, and you take one elbow forward, and left and da da da. 1, 2, 3. Slow ho, slow ho. 1, 2, and now we clap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Bend down. Stand up. Now, for the second part, take hold of your person next to you, or if you don't, just hold out your hands, and we're going to sway. And sway, sway, 1, 2, 3. Sway, sway, 1. Now we're going to clap. And clap, clap, 1, 2, 3. Bend down. Clap, clap, 1, 2, 3. Stand. Very good, and we will do this through 2 times. So, for a traditional Estonian dance party, we will have the children dance the folkloric, kaheaastast, the adults will dance the newly choreographed, and all of us together, we will dance kaheaastast. We hope you have enjoyed your travels to Estonia today.
Thank you to the Tulehoidjad Estonian dancers from Portland. Thank you again for traveling here and being with us today. This is their last performance of the day, and we thank them for driving out from Portland to perform. Well done. Thank you. That was fun.